Mike, I had a question that I asked Bob. I want to get your thoughts. You've been council president for a number of years. You have some understanding of how these things work. But the city of Utica putting out a release not that long ago of the total general fund balance, now over $14 million. Do you have thoughts on that? Is that a good policy to have this money in the bank, or is that a reflection of overtaxing?
So you need a fund balance, okay? However, when your fund balance grows too large, there are control boards that will come in and have the city start spending that money on capital projects. We're almost there at $15 million. I do think that consistently having a large surplus, okay, means that the budgeting needs to be assessed. And we do assess that at E&A. I have been working on that. And we have been trying to ratchet different things in. If you look back over the past 7 years, I've suggested different budget amendments, et cetera.
To reduce some of the costs coming in so you're not...
To reduce some of the overall variance, okay? If you're plus 10% on what you budgeted, think about even your own home, right? You were pretty spot on. Yeah. But if you consistently are greater than that, that means you could be accused of arbitrarily taxing people. I don't think it's a good thing to continually having these surpluses. What it means to me is a lot of the things that we didn't even think about touching until we got ARPA dollars, we could have been addressing in our neighborhoods.
Gotcha.
That's one big thing. I think that it shows the people that if we always had these surpluses throughout all these years, yes, we needed to grow our fund balance so it was healthy and a safety net for the city, but we've gone to the point where we're just showing that we could have been doing different things in our neighborhoods.
Investing more back in
exactly.
ARPA funds. And I asked Cardillo the same question. We got a list of about a dozen private property owners that received a grant from New York State DRI money in order to improve their own personal property. One of them in particular was a building, and the person got money to rehabilitate the second floor to make it a commercial office space, about $56,000. That represents 60% of the project, so we were told by Mike Mahoney, so that would be a $90,000 project. The city, in addition to that, is going to be giving that same person $20,000 to $25,000 in ARPA funds, which would bring it up to about $81,000 toward this $90,000 project. And when the project's completed, the private property owner will benefit from the improvement in his or her property. Are you in favor of that type of use of government money, either one, the DRI funds, and two, the ARPA money?
To agree to that use in general, I can't agree to that. That was completely arbitrary. However, I do have a policy that I would like to put forward if I am elected mayor, where if this office is the steward of funds like that, it'll happen. There's two things that need to be addressed that have not been addressed over the last 12 years. Okay? We need to make sure that if federal and state dollars come to this community and they are slated to go into the private sector, that they are not always going to the same people. Okay? The second thing is we need to make sure that when those dollars are administered, they are also going to projects that are actually doing something new and incubating new types of business. Okay, so let me pick something random, like a coffee shop, right? We've got a lot of coffee shops downtown. So if the city's going to get a bunch of private, money or money from the tax dollars that are slated from the federal government, this has to go to private investment. It has to go to a private property owner, okay, because that's how the money was programmed. Well, we shouldn't be creating false competition and impeding businesses that already exist. We should be attempting to cultivate new business and different things for the area. Now, going back to the don't give money to people who've had it before, one of the things that I did notice in the last distribution of the Business Assistance Fund, there were names on the list that hadn't received money before. And I was like, finally, this is good. Because if you keep doing that over and over and over again and keep lining the projects over for the same people, you create a lack of diversity and ownership, and you're actually making the city less resilient to downturn.
Right.